So today we look at the law of overcompensation. The law of overcompensation. If you always do more than you are paid for, you will always be paid more than you are getting now. If you always do more than you are paid for, you will always be paid more than you are getting now. This law is super powerful. And one thing about this law is that the second part of the law says you will always be paid for more than you are getting now. It's talking about payments in the future. What does that mean? You may be putting in your utmost actions right now, every day right now. But what you are being paid for right now is not commensurate to the kind of actions and hard work you're putting in right now. This law is guaranteeing you that as you are doing more than what you are being paid right now, you will be paid more than what you are getting right now in the future, as long as you don't give up, as long as you continuously over deliver, you will experience overcompensation. A business person can say that. Me, I can say that. 10 years ago, I used to study more. I used to serve more. I used to do more trainings for free more. And sometimes I would teach for 2, 3, 4 hours and I'll be paid maybe 10,000 francs and so on. But what I was putting in at that time, I was not getting in the payment like I deserve, like I desire. I was not being overcompensated, but I was overworking hard. I was over delivering value, but I was not getting it. But come on, today I can charge an hour for 1.5 million to lead a session. I can charge an hour for 5 million francs to lead a session. I can charge an hour for 500,000 francs to lead a session. 10 years after, that is when the law of overcompensation is being manifested. It's the same for business. When you start a business, you will be putting in 16 hours plus every day, and meanwhile a day will pass and you will not record a sale, not even a sale for 1,000 francs. You are over giving it time into that business. You are over creating value for that business. You are going the extra mile for that business. But the law of overcompensation is not yet in play. It will only be in play in due time. And that is why it is critical for us young people, even elderly people, whatever you're starting, be conscious that there is a period of training, there is a process, there is a moment of sowing, and there is a moment of overcompensation. If you always, it means it should be consistent. Consistently do more than what you are paid for. You will always be paid more than you are getting right now. I always tell my team sometimes, majority, no, all the team members, or everybody in my team started as a volunteer one way or the other. Started with little allowance of 15,000 francs transport every month and all of that. Now, everybody's consistently growing gradually, consistently rising. And one time I was telling them, look, this platform that you serve will fight for you someday. It's going to fight for you someday. It's going to stand for you someday. It's going to overpay you than maybe what you desire, because there are systems and policies in place designed to guarantee that. There are some things I want to copy and do like what some companies do in the US. Like, for example, I have a plan that any staff is going to work with me for 10 years and above, I'm going to give you some shares in the company. And that will be now the law of overcompensation working for any senior staff who is committed to the vision and has chosen to look, see what, I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life to serve God's Dev Group. That kind of a person don't just deserve a salary. And the best way to overcompensate somebody who overgives to a system or to a company is for you to give them what salary cannot give them. That's why companies in the US do this. They practice the law of overcompensation for their employees by giving them a portion of the company. And this goes the same in your life. It's the same like relationship. It's the same like trying to date a boy who has no vision right now. The same like trying to date a girl who is still struggling right now. You may decide and believe in the future possibilities of that person, not really in the present circumstances, and you give in a lot of time. It could be training, it could be coaching, it could be support, it could be advice, it could be just encouragement, it could be just belief in that person that they can become something better tomorrow. And when that particular person becomes better and more successful, you get to be overcompensated. It will be overcompensation of just having the joy that this person has made it big at the end, or having the joy that you are connected in a special way to somebody who is successful and has a powerful story of making it in life. It could be the joy that you're connected to somebody who is creating impact around the country and is being celebrated for the work that they do. But your own joy is coming from the place of, you know what, I stood with this person when there was nothing to show for. But with time, you are being compensated because you are now seeing the fruits of that hard work and that commitment and that labor that you put in. To be a big success, you must be always be looking for opportunities to go beyond the requirements of your job. Yes, to be a big success in whatever that you do, to be a big success in whatever that you do, it is your responsibility to always look for opportunities to go beyond the requirements of your job, the requirements of serving your customer. One of the best ways to keep regular paying customers in your business is to always over deliver. Always over deliver. Let me give you an example of what I do. Give an example of what I do. You see, when you buy a course from me, I always have a free course I attach to. I always write it on that extra bonus. And people are always so excited. Whether it costs 1,000, 2,000, if I cost 10,000, whatever, I always give an extra gift. I always try to over deliver. And that over deliver sometimes has always led to more opportunities. I always led to better friendship, better connection, better relationship, even better business opportunities. Because people love gifts, they love special attention. So when you over deliver and create extra value, it is so powerful. So if you're a business person, you're a career, you're in a business, for example, you're an employee, one of the best ways to be in the good books of your boss or your superior, and sometimes they're not even treating you right. You are not doing it because of how they are treating you. You are doing it for yourself. You are doing it for the laws of the universe, and you are doing it for the good of the mission, not even for the personality. You go beyond the requirements of the job. You over deliver because you know that there is a law of overcompensation that will serve you tomorrow. Same for you entrepreneurs. Put in the extra effort, not for what you see now, but for the belief that you have in your startup that's going to happen tomorrow. Now, I always tell my entrepreneurs, I'm pushing them, look, guys, what you're working on right now, you don't know where it's going to be tomorrow. You don't know. You have no idea. All you have is goals and plans and dreams. But the reality of the manifestation of that dream 2 weeks from now, 2 years from now, you have no idea. I can categorically tell you that. 10 years ago, I had no idea this is what I'll be doing. I knew I had this beautiful dream, yes, but I didn't know how the reality will really look like. But that's what I always say, my job right now, I may not know how the picture of tomorrow is going to look, but my job right now is to outwork, outperform, and outproduce, and over-deliver, and overwork. That is my job for today. That is what I can do for today. That is what is under my control right now. My job is not to complain about tomorrow. job is not to be afraid if I will succeed or not tomorrow. My job is not to question tomorrow. My job right now is to do what I can do, is to wake up at 3 a.m., is to wake up at 4 a.m., is to study as much as I can, is to analyze, is to observe, is to write down, is to take notes of trends, is to coach, is to do all I can do right now and exceedingly above all that an average person can do. Over deliver. Then tomorrow will play its role. Like I always say, sometimes you've got to do your best and give time. Trust the process and let God do his thing. Have you done your part? Have you done what only you can do? To be a big success, people, you must always be looking for opportunities to go beyond the requirements of your job. I love my team. There's one thing I love about my teammates. They are so good at always working beyond closing time, even without me saying anything. They know the responsibility and they always do that. If there's one thing I always appreciate them with, is that particular act. There are many times I know in the office that maybe I travel and I'm passing around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. I'm seeing the office open. Sometimes I'll call the manager like, what are you guys doing in the office? Because something was not wrong, they stay back committed to get it done before they leave. That is a lot of over-delivering. You're over-delivering beyond the requirements of your job. And if you're in some places where your boss may not appreciate you and encourage you and acknowledge that extra effort that you're putting in, it's all right. You're not just serving him, you're not just serving the mission, you are planting seeds into the universe. You're planting seeds into your ecosystem and God's own ecosystem, and those things will speak for you. The law of overcompensation will speak for you someday. It may speak for you in your own business. It will speak for you in a job somewhere. It will even speak for you in a different country. These laws are universal. That's why that's what Napoleon Hill, one of the famous researchers when it comes to success, once concluded and said that one of the keys to great success in America was the willingness to go the extra mile. That was one of his conclusions in one of his research. After talking to all the successful people, he came to this particular conclusion that one of the keys to great success was the willingness to go the extra mile. You must be willing to go the extra mile. Work closes at 4 o'clock, but you know what? I can stay till 5:30 and get things done right and over deliver. That is a willingness. Oh, you know what? I am an entrepreneur. Things are not going right now, but you know what? I'll keep perfecting my product. I'll keep working on my system. I'll keep designing what I can design so that when my company is ready, I will start manifesting it. That is the willingness to go the extra mile. You can go the extra mile in everything that you do. Yes, you can. Every day and in every way. You can always be looking for opportunities to exceed expectations, exceed your own expectations. See, somebody like me, I'm very competitive with myself. I love to beat myself. I love to say I will do something in 3 days and I do it in 6 hours. I love when a client is expecting something from me after 3 days and I do it in 12 hours and I send to them. Something happened yesterday. One of my international clients named me to come do training in their country for 8 days. When they gave their request and all of that, I was supposed to design a training curriculum of not less than not less than was me. That was my goal. I looked at what they needed and I assumed that okay, for me to lead an 8 days training for the team, it's gonna the curriculum for me for that training will need to be about 15 pages minimum. Now, 15 pages to design curriculum. If you are not really 15 pages curriculum, 8 days, yeah, except you're exceptionally good, it can take some people even 1 month, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, all depends. But I have a lot of content everywhere on different things and business. So okay, he needed it latest this Monday tomorrow, and we spoke what on Thursday. Yes, Thursday. And I said, okay, no, I'm going to beat this, and I'm going to deliver it on The goal was Friday evening. So on Thursday, I started working at 7 p.m. and I burned the night till I stopped working on it and I came to the morning session yesterday. And after the morning session, I continued on it and I finished it and sent it to him. He was like, are you serious? Did you have this? And it was all customized to their brand, to their logo, to the type of company he runs and all of that. I exceeded his expectations beyond, and he was just blown away. It has increased my credibility in his eyes. It has increased my competence in his eyes. It has probably stretched our professional relationship for an extra 10 years. Because everybody loves a hard worker. Everybody loves anybody who can produce results. Everybody loves anybody that can advance the cause of their visions and their dreams and their goals. Stop being an average performer and expecting people to celebrate and honor you. Stop being an average performer and expecting credibility and reputation attached to your name. You don't fast and pray for things like that. You work it out. You do the work. You prove thyself that you have studied and you have shown thyself approved that you can get it done. The only way that you can reap more is by sowing more. The only way that you can succeed more is by working the extra mile. The only way that you can be paid more is by adding greater value to your work and by achieving more and better results. Hear that again. The only way that you can reap more is by sowing more. The only way that you can be paid more is by adding greater value to your work and by achieving more and better results. Take on additional responsibilities and perform them to the best of your abilities. This is one thing I always advise to working professionals, especially if you're working in an international organization or if you're working in a national organization, that they are very conscious. They are very conscious of hard work and they reward or celebrate or encourage or acknowledge good results. Let me tell you, always open your mouth and take on additional responsibilities. You see your boss is trying to do something, ask them, say, take it and do it. Say, sir, please give it to me. Let me do it and you review and approve. See, I've worked with a lady in the US. She wanted me to be a career coach for 1 year. One of the things that we did for over 8 months was we kept on identifying responsibilities in the company, and I will push her, take it and do it. Do things outside your department. Be very resourceful. And guess what? When it was time for promotion, the natural candidates, as they will say in Africa during election for the sitting president, the natural candidate for that position was her. And it was a senior role, additional benefits, service car, housing allowance, and all of that attached to it. One of the secrets for you to rise in the workplace as a working professional, learn the art of taking on additional responsibilities and perform them to the best of your abilities. Deliver excellent results. Another way to put this is, look at what your boss is struggling with, take it and do it. Look at what your supervisor is struggling with, make life easier for them, take it and do it. Number one, you're not only positioning yourself as a worthy working employee, you're not only positioning yourself as a dependable professional, you are also gaining extra skills, extra experience, and you're also being versatile, meaning that any position in the business, in a leadership role, you can always fit that position. Or if you want to transition to another company or to another career, you have a lot in your hands to prove that you can get it done. Take on additional responsibility. For entrepreneurs, this is more natural, especially startup entrepreneurs, where you don't yet have money to pay for a marketer, pay for an accountant, pay for a this, pay for a that. You are a one-man army. You are doing everything. That is you taking on additional. You are not waiting for anybody to come and help you. You are not waiting for anybody. You don't do that nonsense. Entrepreneurs don't wait. You don't know, you do find a way to do it. Cut them, nail them as you can until you perfect it. You don't have money to pay for a graphic design. Okay, do your graphic design yourself. Try to learn how to use these apps. Mix it as you can mix it. Mix the colors so you can do it. Cut them and nail it and post it. Who cares? You are learning in the process. You don't have to do a PowerPoint design. Just look at the apps. Go on YouTube. Watch what they can do. Try to create a PowerPoint presentation. Manage as you can manage. Doing the process until it's perfect. Oh, I did not start with, nobody told me to do PowerPoint presentation. I learned it doing it. One thing about computers, it's a software computer. And nobody has ever taught me anything computer. I can install software. I learned in the process. There's nothing about computer until I used to repair computers. Learn it in the process. Take on additional responsibilities. Think about your work. Think about your work, where and in what way you could make it better, smarter, and more efficient. That's my charge to you. I want to charge everybody, entrepreneurs, working professionals. Think about your work. Begin to ask yourself, where can I make this work more better, smarter, and more efficient? What can I do with my work right now? What can I do in my startup right now to make it more better, more smart, and more efficient? What can you delegate if you have people that you can delegate? What can you outsource? What can you simplify or eliminate so that you can have more time to do the few things you can do that are most important? But in all, master the art of over-delivering. The law of compensation will only be activated in your life if you always do more than you are paid for, and you will always get more in the future than what you are getting right now. And as a reminder, to be a big success, you must be always looking for opportunities to go beyond the requirements of your job or what it takes to serve your customers. The only way that you can reap more is by sowing more. The only way that you can be paid more is by adding greater value to your work and by achieving better and more efficient results. And that is what the law of overcompensation means. Now let's go to the second law for today, the law of preparation. The law of preparation, an incredible law, the law of preparation. This law, many people have missed on this law, and that's why they struggle. The law of preparation states that effective performance is preceded by painstaking preparation. Effective performance is preceded by painstaking preparation. If you are still there and you are not sleeping, write in the chat box that you are hearing me loud and clear and you are being delivered. Yes, yes, give me some fire in the chat box. All right, I see you, Marion. I see you, Melvis. See you, Nelly. See you, Colin. See you, Joshua. All right, good. Let's proceed. Keep it coming. I'm seeing you all. Okay, so let's look at the law of preparation. That law states effective performance is preceded by painstaking preparation. You know, many a times, when, like in speaking and training, you know, sometimes experts, I can charge you, let's say 500,000 francs for a 2-hour session, a 1-hour session, right? And some people will stupidly say, only for talk for 1 hour, right? They're only talk for 1 hour. So many people get to see only the talking, but they don't see the work behind the scenes. Like, for example, depending on the quality of the training and what you want me to deliver, normally a PowerPoint presentation can take me 2-3 weeks to prepare. That's why there are some things that if you come with emergency, you are paying me 1 million francs, I cannot come and train. Because even if I train stupidly, I say the wrong things, or I don't train up to class of what I want to deliver, it can affect my reputation, my brand, and credibility as an expert. So I need to do my research. I need to craft content. I need to craft my words. I need to know the things I'm going to say that will cause transformation, disrupt some old thinkings, and initiate some new stuff in the lives of people listening to me. So I need to prepare. So sometimes when people see the effective performance on stage, they get to forget that that was preceded by a lot of painstaking sleepless nights to craft the whole process and come deliver that particular morning or afternoon. It is the same for performance people start seeing, let's say, of a footballer for 90 minutes. But the point people don't understand that before they are playing for 90 minutes, they have been training 3 times a week for at least 2 hours every day before that particular performance on the pitch. There are people going to see the glory right now, but they don't know that there have been some painstaking preparation in the last 10 years, in the last 5 years, or in the last 2 years. There are many people that will start seeing you manifest some success, but they don't know that you have been waking up every morning for 10 days, 15 days, 18 days since you joined PPA to prepare your attitude, your mentality, your skills, your knowledge, your mindset, and all of these things that you need to manifest success. They are not seeing that painstaking preparation for your major manifestation tomorrow. They are not seeing that. And let me guarantee you something. Nothing can replace preparation. No man of God can lay hands on you and say, I transfer preparation. It cannot work. That's a thief. Run. Nobody can pray preparation. I cannot wish it. No matter how much I love my mentees, I cannot transfer. I cannot blow preparation and say, receive preparation, right? I cannot do that. They have got to learn and follow the process that I'm going to show them to follow to prepare them for the great manifestation tomorrow, few weeks from now, years from now, months from now. They have to go through that. For you to perform at a certain level effectively, the deepness of your preparation must be so deep, must be so deep. Sometimes you have to go deep before you can go wide. The mark of the serious person and professional in any field is that they take far more time to prepare than an average person. Hear that again. The mark of a serious person, the mark of a serious professional in any field is that they take far more time to prepare than the average person. The non-serious person or the non-serious professional always attempt to bluff or to wing it. They try to get by with minimum preparation. That is why many people love to copy and paste. Oh, I know many guys that have taken my PowerPoint presentation and have got presented somewhere. I remember the last time, a few weeks back, somebody sent me a screenshot, no, not a screenshot, a picture from the hall in Limbe where somebody took my PowerPoint. I don't know why he got it. Sometimes I always share it out, but I rarely do that. But I think he took one of my PowerPoints, removed my logo and everything, my pictures, and just allowed the same words that he saw there. But one thing he forgot was that all my PowerPoint presentations have the same colors. If you have noticed that, they have the same colors. They have the same colors attached to my logo, right? So some of them attending my session saw it and took a screenshot and said to me that this PowerPoint looks like you. Just from the colors, there was no logo, my picture was not there, but just the colors there. He said, this looks like you. This looks like this your presentation that somebody's presenting here and claiming is their knowledge, right? There are many people that have seen them that they have gone watch my YouTube channel and they go to their own YouTube videos saying almost the same thing or the same concept I've been teaching in the YouTube channel, which is okay. Which is okay. But what I'm trying to say is that there are people like that who don't go through the process of preparation and creating and crafting their own concept because it is hard, people. It takes time. It takes hard, it takes some deep concentration and thinking to do all the creation. To keep on writing content every day and sometimes 3 times a day is not that easy. It takes preparation, it takes analysis, it takes some deep thinking and concentration to produce that. But that is the hallmark of peak performance. That is the hallmark of effective performance. Let me remind you of this again. The mark of the serious person and the real professional in any field is that they take far more time to prepare for their performance than any average person. The non-serious person, the average person, the non-professional always attempts to bluff, always attempts to copy and paste. They try to get by with minimum preparation. That's why I always say that be careful. There are many people right now, they don't take time to build themselves. When they attend a session like this, what they're focusing on is what to hear and go teach instead of what to hear and practice. They're always so eager to hear and teach. What have you done with it? What result have you done? Let me tell you, one of the best preparations that you can do is to practice what you know. Is one of the best ways to train yourself before you start thinking of transferring. Oh, there are many guys that have opened a lot of their own. There are some people that are doing their own morning sessions too. Oh yeah, which is okay. But the point is, have they prepared? Like I told you guys, this session we're having right now, remember I told you guys in December that we're going to have an amazing session in the first few months of 2022. It was all prepared. I know activities I'm going to do with you guys till December. It's all prepared. It takes some hard work and painstaking to sit and draft a program for a group like this for 12 months. But you know, some people are just going to wake up. Oh, let's do this today. Oh, let's do it tomorrow. Oh, let's do it next month. You know, there's no painstaking process to it. And that's why it may not be excellent or it may not be very, very significant and powerful. There's a quote from Abraham Lincoln that shaped the life of Brian Tracy, and he said, and Abraham Lincoln said, I shall study and prepare myself, and someday my chance will come. I love this quote too. I shall study and prepare myself, and someday my chance will come. My pastor in Kumbu, Apostle Kate, used to say that the day the curtains will be torn and you're standing on the spotlight, what will you say? Now imagine yourself on a platform, and now there's a curtain in front of you, and they're mentioning your name, they're shouting your name. Oh, now let us welcome a great speaker or a great success story, a great entrepreneur, a great working professional. You're just blah, blah, blah. They're celebrating you and with a standing ovation, they welcome this person, and then they welcome you. There are cameras in front of you. There are 10,000 people sitting. The curtains have been drawn. Your time has come. What will you say? What will you say that nobody can go and Google search? What will you say that somebody will go online and will not see anyhow? Basic knowledge, average knowledge. What will you say? I shall study and prepare myself, and someday my chance will come. My question to you is, are you ready for your chance when it comes? Will you be ready for your chance when it comes? That's why I don't advise a lot of young people. Don't study. That's why there are many young people, they have no significant success in their life. They want to start teaching. They want to start doing that. They want to start having all kinds of training sessions. Like one thing in Cameroon that is funny me right, this was so funny for me right now is a lot of global programs in Cameroon. Oh, a global change makers program. Oh, global entrepreneurship program. Global this, global this. People who have never seen an airport. What are you teaching people? If they actually read a course on how to prepare for a trip and how to navigate an international airport, can you teach somebody? Those are practical things to go global. Can you teach? It's good to dream, but it's good to be realistic in your growth and going consistent. And one time I talked to one of my staff, so he wanted to do a training about something, and I asked him, no, that training is good, but I don't think you've earned the right to do that training. I asked him, have you conquered procrastination? Yes, then organize a seminar on techniques to conquer procrastination. Can you categorically tell me that you can set goals every week and live up to those goals and achieve those goals? Okay, organize a training on how to set goals and achieve goals. See, many young people are depressed because they portray a different thing. On a lot of people that create content of beautiful things, how to run a business, how to do this, do that. Meanwhile, their own business cannot make $1,000,000 in sales a month or even in 2 months. So what are you writing about that you cannot practice? That's one thing in an industry that is not yet regulated. In the US, before you call yourself a coach, you've got to prove with portfolio of result manifested and you're duly certified. And you're not just certified, you are certified with result. You have to bring portfolio, bring result, bring documentation. And experts go through before they give you the coaching license. You think before they call someone to go speak in different countries just because they see social media, it's beyond that. They do their due diligence. They do their due diligence. That's why there are many guys who can rant online, but they cannot be called internationally. They don't yet earn the right to do that. And it goes to all sectors. They will advise people. The first effectiveness of knowledge is the manifestation of it in your own career, business, and life. That is the first proof that you're a professional. If not, you are just a scammer who doesn't deceive people and collect money yet. But if you are good deceive people, if you teach somebody things that you have not engineered success for or you have not practiced, you're actually a scammer because you're assuming. You're assuming. And you're going to hurt somebody very soon. That quote says, I shall study and prepare myself. That preparation means practice. Practice. It says study and prepare. Study and practice. Study and produce results. I shall study and prepare myself. And someday my chance will come. There are many young people claiming to do things that when their real chance will come, they will not be able to deliver. I have seen it happen. I have gone to speak in several events in this country, and there are many young guys who are so well branded on Facebook and they write amazing content and all of that. They give them the mic to teach and they talk nonsense. They embarrass themselves and embarrass the industry of public speaking and training. Because they left from study to speaking. It's the same like a nurse. You go and study nursing and you left from school to start practicing. No school does that in the medical sector. You have got to leave and you have got to go for, how do they call it? There's some names they call those things, residential stuff. You have got to go for, go under somebody, observe, learn, prepare yourself, practice before you are fully licensed as a practicing nurse. Same for accountants. You cannot just go read accounting and then you start becoming an accountant. Somebody's got to, you've got to be mentored. You've got to do internship. You've got to practice and prepare. You have got to take case studies and work on it. Don't just read accounting and go start practicing. You're going to work. That's why you look at it, advanced schools in accountancy and finance. Those guys work on a lot of case studies. That is preparation, and not artificial case studies, practical case studies. That is preparation. Study and prepare. So that someday, as I always say, see, everybody in this world has a someday. We all in PPA here, we have a someday. But some people, when their someday will come, they will mess up without adequate preparation. Your someday may be that day that they'll call you on national television. And you go and say nonsense. You go start saying, one sentence you cannot speak right in good English for 1 minute. You embarrass yourself and then you miss that particular opportunity that would have made you shine for the rest of your life. That someday could just be one endorsement for 15 minutes to speak in a platform that has 300 people, that has 500 people. That could just be your own someday. And then because you have not prepared for it well, you have not paid the price for it well, you have not studied for it well, and that your someday, you miss it out. And then maybe someday, like I know guys that can never call on my platform. That's a fact. They're just empty on social media. And not because they spoke on my platform, because I went somewhere and I heard what they said and I said, this one is not ready. This one is still premature. It's not ripe. This one needs time. Study. I've shared with you guys my experience several times. From 2011, 2016, I used to go to bed 11 p.m. and I wake up at 2 a.m. All I was doing was studying and preparing. And the first immediate preparation was on myself and was on the various startups that I failed in. In Kumbu, I started a paperback business. It failed. In Kumbu, I started an insurance company for Okada. It failed. Many people don't know that part of my story. Right? I started a couple of things and they failed. I had to prove that the things I know works. Like I always share people, if you look at my logo carefully, if you look at this, my logo, how I like to write my name, if you look at it's always trainer, consultant, coach, entrepreneur comes last. I am not really an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is not, running a company is not my first love. It's not. The only reason I run a business, the only reason that CostDev Group exists is so that I can prove to people that the things I teach in business, they work. That's the only reason. It's not that it's my passion or my purpose. No, my purpose is in training and speaking and consulting and solving problems. I am not a CEO, really. I am not. I am very clear about that. You know, when you know your purpose and your mission, you don't compete with anybody. That's why entrepreneurship comes last. These things are well in order. It's not guesswork. It's not assumption. And they just put it anyhow. If you look at the logo, it says trainer, consultant, coach, entrepreneur. Because the business is my place of preparation. It's my place of training, working on myself. I can only use my own business concepts on my own business. I cannot read a business concept and I go try and error on somebody else's business. That's arrant nonsense. I can never cause somebody to lose millions upon millions. It's not only going to cause the person pain, it will destroy my own image. Because he always have in their mind, and when they're talking, I need a consultant, and somebody mentioned, but they said, no, don't try that guy. He will mess up your company. He will make you lose money. Oh, yes. It has happened to me. So I've tried, people have invited me to go speak in an event, and I'm not able to go to that event. And I sent some recommendations. That's why I've stopped doing that. I said to the guys I used to see on Facebook, okay, try this guy. I think he's good. I said, no. My wife works with him and he was terrible. She was terrible. She came late. Oh, she did not. Her PowerPoint was not well designed. They'll give some really complaints and like, wait, this person like this. You'll be surprised at the kind of complaints that clients will give. So if there's one thing you pick from today, guys, burn the midnight candle of preparation. So that when your time will come, when your chance will come, you will deliver with world-class experience. You will so deliver like somebody who has been waiting for the expectation. I remember the first time I spoke out of Kumbu, was it in Bamenda? Oh yes. The first time I spoke out of Kumbu in an event in Bamenda, oh my God, I was ready for that event. I prepared like for one month. I made sure that I would not mess up. I made sure my goal was in St. Louis. My goal was to keep people spellbound for the rest of their life. They will never forget me. I was so in doubt. First speaking engagement out of Cameroon, out of Kumbu, I'd have prepared for that for years. I knew that day will come. I knew that there was a day they will call me out of Kumbu to come speak in another town. And then the first time I spoke out of Cameroon, I prepared for it. When I was in Ghana, yes, I prepared for it. I knew that day will come. I knew that day will come. And when I was called to do, I did not sleep that night. I perfected my presentation. I perfected my framework. I perfected my strategy. I perfected my slide after slide. The few minutes that they gave me was not even enough. 15 minutes to say something. I had to make sure that whatever I say, it will keep people memorable. Your chance will come, people. It will come. But two things will happen. If you have studied and prepared for it, you will manifest. You will perform with your highest level of effectiveness. But if you have just been going by, you have just been camouflaging, being superficial, being here and there and deceiving people and looking good online when you're nothing offline, when you're nothing in real life, you cannot even speak well and make sense, you cannot drive an intelligent conversation, you will mess up your open door. And we are now in a generation whereby if you mess up, it goes viral. For us, when I started early 2011, WhatsApp and Facebook and screenshots were not there like it is today. So if you mess up, it goes viral. People know easily. That's why you need to take time and prepare yourself behind the scenes. Action without thinking is the cause of every failure. Actions without preparation is the cause of every disaster. Taking action before thinking through the details and their possible consequences seems to be the underlying cause of most failure in life. The reverse of this statement, of course, is that action preceded by accurate thinking, action preceded by accurate preparation through thorough planning is the reason for every success, is the reason for every success. If it is important enough to matter, it is important enough to check and double check and prepare. If it is important enough for you to matter as a professional in your industry, if it is important enough for you to matter as a business person, it is important enough for you to prepare, double check your preparation and make sure that when they give you the opportunity and your time will come, you will manifest without errors. Think through your most important tasks and responsibilities. Think on paper. Yes, I encourage a lot of thinking on paper. Stop thinking on your bed. Like I always say, if you are listening to me and sleeping on your bed, you're an embarrassment to yourself first, an embarrassment to your future, an embarrassment to whoever knows you, and an embarrassment to me. How do you want to receive sense sleeping on your bed? Somebody will go and put their hands on their jaw and it's like, I'm thinking about my life. That's nonsense. You cannot think straight like that. Think with your pen. Think by writing. Think with a notepad on your phone. Write things down. Draft your thoughts down. That is quality thinking. That is proper concentration. Think through your most important tasks and responsibilities. Think through your next goals and priorities. Think on paper. Write down every detail of the matter and review your notes carefully day after day. Seek out inputs and opinions of others. Talk to coaches, talk to role models, talk to mentors, talk to experienced people before you make a major decision or a major commitment. If you're in your period of training, don't train yourself alone. Look for help. Be part of PPA. Enroll for mentorship. Do something that will stretch you and put you on a new pedestal when it comes to success. Who else has dealt with that similar situation? Work with them and ask for advice and insight. And to conclude, remember, if it is important enough for you to matter in this society, if it is important enough for you to matter in your industry, remember, it is important enough for you to prepare, double check, double prepare, and put in the right hard work. And charge for you today is, you shall study, you shall prepare, you shall work hard behind the scenes so that when your day will come, when your chance will come, so that the day that the curtains will be torn apart and you are on the limelight, you will not mess up that opportunity. You will represent, you will deliver with class and effectiveness. And the law of preparation will back you. For effective performance is preceded by painstaking preparation. All right, people, that's it for today. Questions and comments, and we can round up. Cheers.